constant source of strength, navigating a difficult healthcare system. Mbugu brings us this touching story of love, trial, and the power of family values.
It's early morning in Pipeline, Nakuru East, and Simon Carey's day begins with a simple yet profound act, preparing his wife Sarah Nyawera's medication. This routine, he says, has been part of his daily life for the past 14 years.
Nilipogonjeka mara ya kwanza tu kujua ni nini. Ndio tulikuwa tunadhania ni malaria. Ikawa damu inapotea. Haijulikani ni nini. So daktari akataka kujua the cause of kidney to fail ni nini. At that time I was 36 years ikifail. Sasa wakakuja wakanifanyia biopsy, wakaona niko na lupus.
In 2014, Nyawera's world was turned upside down when lupus, an autoimmune disease, led to kidney failure. Her body started attacking its own tissues, and life, as she knew it, changed forever. Nyawera reflects on those difficult days and says that it is her husband's love that has kept her going. Despite the challenges, he has always remained by her side, offering not just care but also hope.
Unajua ukigonjeka muda mrefu sana, watu ni kama wanakuwe. Tangu nigonjeke, hajawahi niacha, hata watu wakiniondokea, bado wako pamoja na mimi. Kama saa hii kuna shortage ya machines, tunatokanga huku saa 9 ya usiku. Saa ingine sijiwezi, inabidi endi anaamuka, ananitayarisha. Kuna mahali nafika hata kujipeleka choo siwezi. Saa ingine unaona unajiendea choo, yeye hata kutengeneza.
In an interview with K24 TV, Carey shared his profound belief in the importance of strong family values. He expressed how these values have consistently motivated him to provide for his wife and to serve as a role model for his community.
Nafikiri hata baraka kutoka kwa Mungu, grace kutoka kwa Mungu, neema ni kutoka kwa Mungu. Kwa sababu hata wakati nimesikia nimechoka, nimeshindwa nifanye nini, nikilala kesho yake asubuhi nasikia niko na energy na naendelea tu. Hata sijai kushindwa hata siku moja kumpeleka dialysis. Bado nasikia niko na hiyo moyo, nampeleka na mrudisha. Kazi zangu zinasimama, wakati mwingine hata sina pesa, ama naenda napata pesa na zote naziweka kwa hospitali.
Their son Simon says that the health struggle at home has caused him pain and affected his education. Growing up with this burden, he feels like he missed out on a normal childhood.
Every time ningekaa hivi ningeanza kukumbuka mama ako wapi, mama anafanya nini, ako na nani, anaendelea aje. Juu nilikuwa nasomea boarding school hapa Rungai. So ilikuwa inani affect tu sana.
Simon's mother's life depends on a kidney transplant and he's willing to donate his own. But they need urgent financial assistance. Over 2 million Kenyan shilling is needed to cover the cost of her treatment in India.
Kama kuna walisha mahali pale popote anaweza nisaidia na mambo ya transplant, naweza shukuru sana. Kwa sababu saa hii kuna kitu ingine inaitwa aluminium kwa mwili yangu. Last time niliekewa, sasa imepanda tena. Sasa hata kutembea siwezi. Saa ingine inabidi nikiwa nimeketi hapa na inuliwa. Hakuna kitu ninaweza fanya.
Carey desperately wants to help his wife get the care she needs. However, he feels that the current social health system is actually hindering her progress. The system is creating more obstacles than solutions.
NHIF tulikuwa tumezoea tunikupeleka mgonjwa huko, una sign, alafu anawekwa kwa mashini, mnaenda kwa pharmacy, mnachukua dawa, mnarudi nyumbani, siku ikifika ya kwenda laboratory, unaenda laboratory, una sign, kila kitu kinafanywa. Lakini sasa hii inaonekana iko tofauti kidogo. Na sijui ni kuelewa sisi hatujaelewa ama ni nini. Lakini tunahitaji knowledge yake zaidi.
The family is now calling on well-wishers to support them in raising the funds needed for Nyawera's kidney transplant. Through their struggles, they are reminding us of the importance of staying united as a family, supporting one another in both love and sickness. Despite the grueling health challenge, this family has stuck together through thick and thin. As we head into the festive season, this becomes a virtuous representation of family values. Mombi Wambogo, K24 TV, Nakuru County.
Well, thank you, Mombi Wambugu, for that particular report. And moving on to business, Kenya has emerged as a vibrant hub in the aviation sector in 2024, attracting a multitude of international players. This year alone, over 5 airlines have established operations in Kenya, including Air Asia from Malaysia, Brussels Airlines, and the Dutch charter airline TUI. This influx reflects the country's strategic position as a key destination for both travel and trade. In light of this development, our business reporter Linda Koskei had the opportunity to speak with Javier Elijah, the Vice President of Etihad Airways, during the conversation. They explored what makes Kenya an attractive destination for airlines and the significance of Etihad's recent launch of its 8 route to this bustling market, as well as Kenya-UAE relations.
Kenya has emerged as a hub for investors, and there is a keen interest in the aviation sector. Air transportation remains a core factor in the world's economic growth. According to Kenya National Bureau of Statistics, KNBS Economic Survey 2024, there has been a notable increase in activity within Kenya's airspace. This surge is attributed to the recovery in economic activity and the easing of COVID-19 restrictions, which have revitalized travel and freight operations across the region. One prominent player in this recovery is the Etihad Airways. The airline faced unprecedented challenges during the pandemic, leading to the temporary suspension of all flights to, from, and via Abu Dhabi.
Well, like pretty much every other airline out there, for a period of time we had to completely shut down the operation. So at the end of March 2020, we had to ground our entire fleet, like many other airlines, I would say, like all airlines in the world. We were able to restart the airline thanks to cargo. You will remember in the early days there was no passenger demand. People were not either allowed to move or they just didn't want to move. But cargo was still a vital need, and we would leverage that demand in order to get our aircraft off the ground, right? And then from there we were building gradually. Some countries started to open up a little bit earlier than others, and that's how we were basically basing our decisions. The moment there was some more passenger demand as well as the cargo demand, we were able to restart. But it was tough. I mean, it was tough for everyone. The one thing, Linda, that I would say is that COVID was a very hard for humanity. Purely from a business perspective, it did give us an opportunity to rethink our business.
However, with Kenya's growing demand for freight, particularly due to the significant volumes of exports, Kenya has now become Etihad's 8th destination.
It feels great. I mean, there is an ambience of celebration in Abu Dhabi, in our headquarters, but also across the teams, right? We've been very keen to come back to Kenya to reinstate our Nairobi service for some time, and today is a reality, and we're very, very happy about it.
What's the best thing about selecting Kenya as one of the destinations?
Well, the good thing about the Kenyan market is that it's very diverse. From a passenger perspective, we do have a nice mix between corporate traffic. We have people who come from other parts of the world into Kenya for holidays. There is a good quality segment there as well, and as well as the cargo opportunity, right? So Kenya is one of the biggest exporters in Africa and around the world. So when you put all that together, it gives you, from an economic perspective, it gives you a very good business case, I would say, to go forward with such decision.
The Kenyan government has been proactive in its engagement with the UAE, focusing on creating employment opportunities for the youth.
There's a big demand of Kenyans to work all over the world and also in the UAE. So one of the good things that I've had a chat with the management of Etihad, and they have agreed that they are going to come back in January for a roadshow to hire Kenyan cabin crew, Kenyan commercial people, Kenyan pilots. So this is a good opportunity for Kenyans who are out there, want to work for an airline, to be able to get an opportunity.
The bilateral relations between the UAE and the Kenyan government are growing and are strengthening, and for us that's extremely important. So the UAE and Abu Dhabi are investing in the region, which for us creates demand, which for us creates business traffic between the two countries. So this is definitely one of the most important points, and it's not just the UAE, right? I mean, there is interest in Kenya in other parts of the world, and we facilitate that, because at the end of the day, our job here is to provide a link between Kenya, Abu Dhabi, the UAE, and the world.
And how about the capacity of the plane so far?
So the current aircraft that we're flying has 158 seats. That's the capacity that it has. But like I said to you, we want to make sure we grow the frequency, and I wouldn't be surprised if we can have a bigger aircraft in Nairobi very soon, supported by both the cargo and the passenger demand.
And the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions has given the Inspector General of Police and the Independent Policing Oversight Authority IPOA 3 days to expedite investigations into the abduction of Bill Mwangi, Peter Muteti Njeru and Bernard Kavuli, and provide an update within 3 days. And at this point, we take another break here at Sunday Review. We'll be back with the latest sporting action. Stay tuned.
Have you watched K24? We would love to hear from you. Send us your feedback on what you like and what you don't like and why. You can use any platform to reach us. We can be reached on Facebook,